That was brutal. Welcome to the Time Treadmill. I'm Ron, and these are my sweaty thoughts about Doctor Who. The Daleks' master plan ends with the Time Destructor being set off on the planet Kemble. Good news, the Daleks are all destroyed. And in fact, there's a pretty cool bit where they're all being rapidly aged and the Dalek shells collapse around them. And then we finally see the actual Dalek squid embryo laying in the sand, squirming around before it totally desiccates. For 1966 television, it's pretty brutal. All the more so because also caught in the detonation is Sarah Kingdom, who rapidly ages, turns to skeletal remains, and then eventually withers away to dust and blows away in the wind. Again, brutal. That makes 3 companions in this story that die. Katarina, Brett Vion, and now Sarah Kingdom. It is a brutally nihilistic ending to the longest story in Doctor Who history. There are a couple other things about this ending that interest me, though. First and foremost is the fact that for most of the climax of the story, the Doctor is completely absent. He's there at the very beginning of episode 11, leaves the TARDIS to go explore the forest and confirm where they are, and then promptly disappears for the remainder of the episode. In effect, the entirety of the 11th episode has Stephen and Sarah Kingdom searching for the Doctor, counterpointed with the Daleks inevitably turning on Mavic Chen and the entirety of the Galactic Council. Even in the 12th and final episode, the Doctor doesn't finally arrive until halfway through the episode. It's plainly obvious at this point that William Hartnell's health has been failing rapidly. His fumbling of lines has become a running constant in the show at this point, and the vast majority of his dialogue is being offloaded to other characters because he simply cannot bear the weight. I have a world of respect for the man. He tried his hardest, and he created an iconic character for the ages. But the sad fact is, at this point in his career, his health has truly begun to overtake him. And believe me, I can sympathize. I'm not getting any younger. In the last show I was in, I felt like I just couldn't keep any lines in my head, and choreography was a non-starter. It's just really rough when you start aging and your brain begins to betray you, and there's nothing you can do about it. So, mad respect for William Hartnell, and good on the writers for doing everything they could to accommodate him. But at this point, it is plainly obvious that the end is near for William Hartnell's tenure as the Doctor. So that wraps up the Daleks' master plan. 12 episodes, 13 if you include Mission of the Unknown, and of those, 10 are lost and all we have are reconstructions. This one, above all others, I really do expect to be reconstructed through animation at some point, if only because it is such a pivotal, iconic story in Doctor Who history. And frankly, because it's such a good story. Leaving aside the crappy Christmas episode, and I understand why that one is the way it is, the entire thing is epic in scope and just cracklingly written. I can highly recommend this story to you if you want to dip your toes into the loose cannon reconstructions. So that wraps it up for today. Tomorrow morning is a brand new episode of Doctor Who that I haven't seen. Just like last week, I'll be watching it on the treadmill for the first time, and what you'll get tomorrow is my immediate response, and I can only hope it lives up to the last 2 weeks. I'll see you then.